Alright everybody, back again with another random solo run in Pokemon Sapphire. So if we take a look at the leaderboard here, the last Pokemon we did was Slowbro, and I've had experience with this in Leaf Green. This thing performed pretty well, I'd say. The problem is, though, its early game is rough, because it only starts with like Yawn, Curse, and Tackle, but once it gets access to some special moves, it did quite okay. Although the main disadvantage of this game compared to like Leaf Green is Slowbro has to wait a lot longer for Surf and Psychic. So that was annoying, but anyway, we may not be as lucky this time. Because we have been getting sort of lucky lately with the random runs, but there's going to come a point where we get something really bad. But, alright, let's figure this out. Who are we playing today? Oh no, that is not good. Oh no. I'm not kidding. I do have some experience with Armaldo. Let's take a look. I had a feeling this wasn't going to be good. What's going to really suck is this is in the erratic growth rate. Yeah, I'm looking here. This moveset looks completely identical to Armaldo, just we learned moves a tiny bit earlier. Yeah, this is basically just Armaldo with worse stats. Although, we don't get Earthquake, unlike Armaldo. Yeah, that is going to be horrific. Yeah, Ancient Power is going to be a saving grace for this run, for sure. In fact, I actually did Armaldo offline recently in Sapphire for a future video. Its final moveset for Steven was like Rest, Earthquake, Ancient Power, and some other move I can't remember. But this thing's moveset's probably going to have to be like Dig and Ancient Power. But then again, the problem with Dig is it's not really good for Metagross. Honestly, I can see this thing needing Brick Break. Alright, I think first things first, before we look at like early game and stuff, we need to take a look at how the champion fight's going to go and work our way backwards. Alright, let's start off against the Skarmory. Okay, so Anorith. Alright, honestly, I don't think we're going to need level 100, but let's assume we're level 80. The erratic growth rate, level 80 is not too bad. What I've tended to notice with the erratic growth rate, the best time to use your rare candies is around the 30s and 40s. Like, if you can candy up to level 50, you start to level up really good. So yeah, using your rare candies in the mid-game tends to be better. Earlier, the better. Alright, so let's just think of what our final moveset's gonna be. I'm thinking Ancient Power will be our first move. Probably Dig. And, Rest. And our final move, probably Hidden Power Ghost. Because I know Armaldo needed Hidden Power Ghost. Hidden Power Ghost is really good for physical attackers in this game. Alright, so let's assume we have... If I do the early Vitamin Buy to get to 100, I generally have around 150 attack EVs. Let's go ahead and give ourselves 150 attack. For defense, I'll probably give us 50. I mean, at least a level 80 will outspeed everything. But, I think our only ability can be Battle Armor. What's the Pokemon? Anorith. Yeah, if I recall correctly, even at odd levels are way different in terms of needing XP once you get to like level 68. I'm pretty sure that's the fluctuating growth rate you're thinking of. I know with the fluctuating growth rate, I remember actually told me that Scott figured this out. He says that starting at level 40, you have to rare candy on the even level. You have to train on the even, candy on the odd levels. I believe that's what he said. It's not going to be a Weedle run, no. Although this thing does have some problems. Honestly, I think instead of Dig, let's go Brick Break. I think this thing could use Brick Break. Alright, so level 80, Ancient Power is going to be a 3-shot, but if we can try to fish for, like, one let's assume we get past with only one Omni Boost. Alright, let's give ourselves +1 in our defense, special defense, and attack. I'm not going to bother with these two because we're not using our special attack, and we already outspeed everything. Oh, right, nature. I think for nature, probably we want adamant. So it looks like, see, like a +1, Ancient Power is going to be a guaranteed 2-shot. Then on the Claydol, Hidden Power Ghost is a 1-shot. And on the Aggron, Brick is a 1-shot. On the Cradily, Brick is a 1-shot. On the Armaldo, Ancient Power is an overwhelming 1-shot. And then the Metagross, Brick is arranged to be a 2-shot at level 80. And here's the thing, we basically 1-shot everything except Skarmory and Metagross, as long as we can survive one attack from the Metagross, which its best move is Meteor Mash, 70 to 83%. That's kind of bad. That's including the +1 defense with the Omni Boost. So basically, we need to get +1 for our Omni Boost, and we need to restore a bunch of our health. Actually, how much damage does Steel Wing do? 27 to 33. So basically, we have to get an Omni Boost very early. I mean, theoretically, we should honestly be farming for 2 Ancient Power boosts. Because if we can get a second one, Brick is a 65 to 77%. Actually, then again, that is neutral. I'm going to set this back to +1. Take a look at Dig's power. Oh, interesting. At +1, it basically has to crit in order to get a 1-shot. But if we can get the +2, guaranteed. And here's the thing, though. Like, as soon as we get to the Metagross, I don't think it's going to be as likely to use Earthquake, because look at these ranges. Generally, they try to go for the move that does the most damage. I think if we end up at this thing at, like, at least half health, it will always go for Meteor Mash right here. Because Meteor Mash is the only one that does more than half. I think as long as we arrive at the Metagross at least half HP, it will always go for it, and then we can use Dig to 1-shot. But essentially, we have to get 2 Omni Boosts on the Skarmory. I think that's our best chance of winning. But on the bright side, having Dig instead of Brick, Aggron's still good. On the Cradily, it's actually going to have to be a 1-shot with Ancient Power at +2. Similar thing with Armaldo. But then again, Armaldo was already a 1-shot at +1. Actually, curious. If we get to the Cradily with only If we get to the Cradily, how much does Giga Drain do? 13 to 16%, 27 to 32. Every third level is slightly less for Erratic, but it's only 1,000 difference. It still generally trends upward. Yeah, what I've tended to notice is just use the rare candies in the mid game. Like if I feel like I need candies for Watson or Flannery or Norman, just use them. If I feel like I need candies for Tate and Liza, just use them. I think for the erratic growth rate, before Tate and Liza, you should just bump my mic. It should just front load all the candies at Tate and Liza. And here's the other thing. Victory Road is a lot of trainers. We get Metal Claw too, that is true, but it's a weaker base power than Dig, which is kind of an issue. I want Dig because Dig at +2 will 1-shot the Metagross, but honestly, we do not get Bug Bite. Bug Bite wasn't introduced until Gen 4. I'll go back to the level up set in just a second. Honestly, I feel like trying to farm for +2 is unfeasible. What if I just get +1, but 83? Yeah, that's gonna be a range. Honestly, I think 83 might be a little too low. Let's try 85. Range, +1. Then again, like, what's the Cradily gonna do? Okay, yeah, so at level 85, it's a range. 89 to 105%. So that's a 37% chance. But then again, we could hold the soft sand. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm not including my badge boosts. Okay, that turns into an 87% chance. And on the Cradley, Ancient Power is a 75% chance. Seriously, I need to start remembering these badge boosts. Got a problem with that. But, yeah, honestly, I think that's the answer. Just level 85. I have to do an early protein buy, and I should be good from there. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Okay, so, one thing that's gonna suck is Armaldo started with Water Gun. This thing has to grind to level 19. Level 19 in the erratic growth rate is very bad. I'm gonna have to do a lot of wild training. I'm kind of curious if there's a good spot to EV train for attack on the early game. Yeah, Dominic, I was leaning towards Brick Break. I think I will still get it. But I do want to hold on to Dig. Dominic, the TM for Double Team is banned unless I get to level 100. Just pretend Double Team doesn't exist. Water Pulse good? Not really in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, because that's usually your reward from beating the 8th gym. But Anorith and Armaldo can't learn Surf, but honestly, these things really don't need it. I can get away with it, with not having it. Aw, man, this thing would have had Swords Dance. Darn. Okay, so, yeah, train to level 19 for Roxanne. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the early game. Pokemon Sapphire walkthrough. Just gonna look at the first couple of routes. Just see what the encounters are. I know Poochyena are the ones that give attack. 10%. Yeah, that's, too low. Poochyena, 30%. Poochyena, 15%. I don't think anyone else here gives attack. I will say, though, this is one of the only, this is one of the only times where I actually kind of wish I could encounter Poochyenas frequently. But, oh well. Don't see an attack one here. They're geared. Yeah, I've been noticing it's geared for speed. Just trying to see what the best spot looks like. Because I'm going to have to train to level 19 anyway. There's a Makuhita trade here. Makuhita holding. It's holding an X attack. Oh boy, how useful. It's 60-40 on Route 103, but I know this is Sapphire. Yeah, I always said it was annoying with the fact that Poochyena were so frequent in Emerald, because it made finding a Zigzagoon very difficult, but this is one of the few runs where I kind of wish we had more Zigzagoons. But yeah, I feel like if we don't get level 19, there's no way we can... I think we have to get level 19, then Blackout train on Roxanne. Yeah, there's not really a good training spot. The best spot is north of Oldale. There's a 30% chance of Poochyena, but honestly, I don't think it's really worth it. I think just train on Whismer. But I do kind of worry about hitting the vitamin cap, but as long as I do the early protein buy, I think I should be fine. Besides, if worse comes for worse, we can always count on Omniboosts. Alright, and then for Brawly, I will definitely skip him. Alright, so what's the plan for Watson? If I recall with Armaldo, I had to, Blackout train spamming Water Gun. Honestly, I think if we're likely to hit the EV threshold, part of me honestly kind of wonders if we should just go train on the Poochyenas. Because here's the thing, it's right near a Pokemon Center. Plus, what's the difference in XP between, like, a level 3 to 4 Pokemon versus a 5 to 7. Like, it's not really too much of a difference. I mean, overall, it'd be better to train, like, on the Whismers, but we need attack EVs. So, honestly, I think training on the Poochyena is the best way to go. I mean, I'm not going to train exclusively on them. I'll still fight everything. Yeah, I'll still fight everything. But still, I don't know what I'm going to do for Watson. Wait, I know what to do. Rock Smash. Armaldo did not need Rock Smash in my final routing, but I think this thing's going to need it. I think my moveset at this point is going to be like Water Gun, Metal Claw, Rock Smash, and like some other move. Rock Tomb. Okay, but on the bright side, I don't think Flannery is going to be that hard at all. Hopefully we'll have Ancient Power by that point. If not, we have Water Gun. XP is linear with level. Give or take rounding, it may be a constant. I'm not sure what that means. Linear with level. But yeah, I'm just thinking, like, it might be worth losing, like, maybe 10 or 15 experience points per wild defeat, just so we can gain more attack EVs, because even though we need 150 at least for Steven, we might need more attack EVs for other gym leaders. So honestly, I think in the end, it's going to be worth it. Yeah, I think for Watson, I think do all the training. Which Hidden Power, you're going to have Bug or Ground. I was thinking Hidden Power Ghost. Hidden Power Ghost tends to be my default for Tate and Liza with physical attackers, unless you can convince me otherwise. Like, is there like a better Hidden Power typing I could use? 7 level 7 is around 10 at level 5. I'm still not actually sure what that means. I'm not trying to insult you, Smash Mouth, but I just don't know what 7 level 7 is roughly 10 level 5. I'm not sure what that means. Flannery would be easy. Norman is probably going to have to be a mix of Ancient Power and Rock Smash. I mean, I do have Protect, but with Armaldo, I really could not keep it on the moveset. It just felt too constrained. Oh yeah, Hidden Power Ghost is good for Phoebe as well. It's a shame this thing gets no bulk up, though. I mean, on the bright side with Armaldo, we'll resist a lot of normal moves. Honestly, I think I might pick up Heart Scales and try to have Protect for Norman, because on his first slacking, I can use Protect to block the Yawns. Whenever he tries to attack, he might use Yawn, or something like Facade or Feint Attack. And Feint Attack's actually going to do decent damage. But I think the plan is just to use Protect on every other turn, and try to get some Ancient Power boosts. Well, will I even get Ancient Power by that point? Either that or Metal Claw boosts. Honestly, I think my moveset for Norman should be like Protect, Ancient Power. Honestly, I don't think we're going to have Ancient Power, but honestly, we might have Ancient Power by that point. Protect, Ancient Power, Secret Power, and Rock Smash. But I think the goal is to try and get one attack boost and just sweep with Secret Power and Rock Smash. Alright, and then after Norman, Winona. What to do about Winona? Honestly, Winona's going to be pretty easy. We have Ancient Power. And then for Tate and Liza, do as much training as I can, use all the rare candies, and use Hidden Power Ghost on them. And then Wallace, I think in the late game, I'll end up deleting Rock Smash via the move deleter, but my moveset's probably going to be like Ancient Power, Brick Break, Dig and Return, I think. Because as long as we make sure my final moveset for Steven is Ancient Power, Dig, Hidden Power, Ghost, and Rest. But honestly, where is Brick Break going to be useful? Honestly, I think Brick Break's only going to be useful for Sydney and Glacia. I think just those two. So, can you buy more dig TMs in this game? Like, I know in Fire Red and Leaf Green you can purchase more dig TMs. Either that or I'll just have to purchase more hidden power TMs. Because I'm definitely going to need moveset flexibility, because after Tate and Liza, I do not need hidden power Ghost until Phoebe. So maybe I'll just alternate. I'm going to look it up, actually. Oh, there is no location to buy more dig TMs. Dang. I guess Kanto is ahead of its time by giving you rebuyable dig TMs. So I guess once I teach dig, I can never unlearn it. Honestly, where will dig come in useful in the mid-game? We're not going to have it for Watson. We'll have Water Gun for Flannery. We're using Protect strats on Norman. Honestly, we could probably just delay teaching it, period, until Steven. I think Steven's going to be the only person where we need it, because Dig is going to be our only move to deal super effective damage to Metagross, because Brick Break is neutral. Yeah, I think just don't teach it at all. So, okay. So, League, if I need to be 85 by Steven, I think for Erratic, I should go in at, like, 82, I think. Alright, level 82. Final move set of Ancient Power, Brick Break, HP Ghost. Alright, so the plan's Brick Break Sydney, and Power Ghost Phoebe, Brick Break Glacia. What do we do about Drake, though? I actually don't know. Honestly, I think just one Ancient Power boost and spam return. Actually, wait, I just realized we never looked at our stats. 95 attack, that is actually really good for a first stage. 75 speed is quite decent, but our defenses are not good. But I will say, though, I am happy I did not get Lileep. I have actually played Lileep in Pokemon Emerald years ago. It was still, to this day, one of the worst runs I've ever done. I hated that run so much. Yeah, it easily could have been worse. I guess we should look at damage ranges on Drake. Go ahead and go to Drake. Let's assume I'm level 85 for this fight. 5 less than Trapinch. You know what's funny? Trapinch and Flygon have the same attack stat. I found that out recently. Alright, so against everybody, let's see. I'm gonna give myself Ancient Power Return, Hidden Power Ghost, and Brick Break. I think this would have to be my final moveset. Alright, so if I get +1... I mean, wait. Okay, it's a good thing Ancient Power does not kill the Shelgon, because that'll give me time for boosts. I think once I get one boost, Altaria, one shot, Flygon, either return, Brick Brick, dude, even Hidden Power Ghost knocks it out. That's kind of funny. Knock out that one too. But then again, I don't know when he's gonna send out the Salamence. Because, here's the thing though. Actually, I have the feeling he's gonna save it for last, because maybe he'll detect that I'm a rock type and flying types are not good. But then again, if we get the one Omni boost, it would essentially cancel out our attack. So let's activate Intimidate right here. Yeah, even with Intimidate, Ancient Power is a one-shot, because it'll bring our attack back to neutral. Because if we never got the Omni boost, Ancient Power would just be a range. He's probably going to go Team Order. I think so. But then again, even if we're at neutral, Altaria is still a one-shot. Flygon is a 93% chance to OHKO. So, honestly, we'll have chances to get an Omni Boost. And besides, on Salamence, even if we don't get one, it's still a 87% chance, even with Intimidate. That just shows you how good our attack is. Honestly, I don't think Drake is going to be hard at all. He might actually be very easy. If this was Emerald, Salamence would be second due to Rock Slide. Good to know. Alright, and then for Steven, we need to replace... Let's see. Replace Return with Rest. The rest of our moveset will still be the same. We'll still need Brick Break, HP Ghost for the Clay Doll, and then Ancient Power for the Skarmory. We cannot progress from the Skarmory until we get one attack boost. Oh, what's the range on it, actually? Let me go back to the Metagross. Alright, if we get one Ancient Power boost, Brick Break is a guaranteed 2-shot. Wait a minute. No. We're teaching Dig. %87 chance to Oko. Alright, so yeah, +1 to 87% Metagross. Oh yeah, we'll definitely bring in a Chesto Berry for Steven, yeah. If we have Soft Sand, we would one-shot Metagross. That is true, Axew, but what do you think would be better? Resto Chesto or Soft Sand? Because 85%, 87% is still very generous. I think I would rather hold on to the Etcha Berry, because I want to make sure I have over half HP, because look at these other attacks. You notice how it says here, Meteor Mash is the only attack that'll do more than half. If I arrive at the Metagross with at least half of my health, he will notice that Meteor Mash is the only thing that can kill, and in that way, it will not go for Earthquake. Besides, he does have an offensive Steel move, so honestly, can I remember with Armaldo what order Steven sent Metagross in? I'm pretty sure it was Metagross second. So I'm sure it'll be early. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Then again, we could just choose no Chesto Berry. But then again, let's take a look at Skarmory. Assuming no Omni Boost has happened yet, Steel Wing is going to do a guaranteed 3-hit. Which means if we use Rest on him, we're going to die. Absolutely die. I mean, yeah, he could go for Spikes, but he's only going to do that once. So I think Chesto Berry is going to be better. Alright, honestly, I think we're all good to go there. Gonna go ahead and make a ROM. Yeah, this is going to be a rough one for sure. Honestly, I think it's going to be worth attempting the Eevee training before we've fought all the trainers. Like, I think as soon as we defeat the rival and get the Pokeballs, we should just start Eevee training right away. So that way we don't have to backtrack. This is the problem, like Axew said, if we do just training on like the Whismers or something with the erratic growth rate, by the time we even get to level 19, we're going to be nearing we're going to have a lot of vitamins already used. I totally did not pick Torchic. Alright, do not pick the same thing again. That is a weird back sprite. Did you see how little XP I gained from that? Yeah, that's the erratic growth rate for you. Alright, now let's go ahead and edit the stats. Alright, we'll need it female, just so we can use attract if we need to. Oh. Instead of Resto Chesto for Skarmory, we could go attract Pechaberry, but honestly, that would probably just be worse. Then again, we need Dig and Hidden Power Ghost for Steven. Plus Ancient Power. So yeah, that's not going to happen, but I'm sure Attract will have uses on other things. Alright, I'm going to give ourselves Adamant. Battle Armor is our only ability. And then Hidden Power Ghost. Leaderboard set up. Oh, why is every time I try to relaunch BizHawk, it never shows? Alright, let's go ahead and make an over-under. Alright, so I think we should look at the leaderboard for a comparison that we could compare. Yeah, just Dustox and Beautyfly. Here's the thing with Beautyfly. My 4th playthrough with it had 61 resets because Beautyfly needs to get Silverwind Omni Boost on like almost every gym leader and Elite Four member. That's the reason it has so many resets. Dustox did not need as many because 1, it doesn't have a 4x rock weak, and 2, it's more defensive. This is one of the only cases where I think the defensive bug type was actually better than the offensive bug type. Bug Poison is actually a very good typing. Gives you quite a good amount of resistances, like you double resist grass, you're neutral to ground, you resist fighting, you resist poison. It's quite nice. So yeah, definitely compare this to Beautyfly. This is 100% going to perform worse. I think, honestly, the over-under should be 230. And even then, that might be too generous. What time will I beat Steven at? Under 230, 230 to 235, over 235. Yep. Get started. Oh, I just realized, gotta update the overlay first. I always keep doing these false alarms, I swear. Adamant Nature. Battle Armor. Ghost. Okay, now everything's set up. Alright, now for real, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Dude, I swear, Ruby and Sapphire has far quicker loading times. Like, the time it takes for me to, like, start moving once the time has started, like, once I select to continue, it's really fast. Yeah, this route right here is going to be our main training spot. This place has the highest odds for Poochyena, at 30%. I think that's roughly the Zigzagoon encounter rate in Emerald. And honestly, I just think in the long run, it will be a better idea to train in this grass. I'm not going to train to 150 attack EVs. I'm sure we'll naturally get that. I just want to get a head start. So, honestly, if we need level 19 for Roxanne, I think training that grass until level 16. I think at level 16, by the time we beat all the trainers, we should be 19. Then again, probably not. But I think that's a good starting point. Alright. Hey. Only we can get early Macho Brace. And it's not like there's really an early game trainer we can blackout grind on for attack EV. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get a Zigzagoon. And I know there's a 10% chance of a Wingull on this route. And I'll catch that as my flyer. Yeah, I don't think there's a good trainer to blackout train on for attack. You chose the over? That's probably the right answer. I can't really think of a trainer before Roxanne that has a singular Poochyena and then something I can black out on. Besides, you don't get hard until level 7. For like struggle training and whatnot. Alright, there's the Wingull. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna have to train here for a bit. Basically, for every Poochyena we encounter, there's gonna be 2 Zigzagoon. How much XP are we getting, roughly? 17. 23. Honestly, I probably won't train here till level 15 or 16. I think I'll just train here till I get, like, 30 attack EVs. Yeah, once I get 30, I'll be on my way. Aw, man. I was so close to knocking that out. Alright, so now we just need 13 more attacks, so we need to fight 12 more Poochyenas. $11 more. $10 more. 9 more. 8 more. Wow, I've been kind of lucky with the Poochyena encounters. Seven. 6. Alright, level 13 is our next move, Mud Sport. But Mud Sport is an absolute garbage move. If you're wondering what it does, it lowers the power of electric type moves. I mean, theoretically it could help for Watson, but no, it's just a waste of a move spot. It's a really bad move. Huh. Yeah, I've had a long day. Come on, Poochyena, where are you? Poochyena, come on now. I only need one more of you. Honestly, at this point, I may as well get level 10 while I'm at it. Okay. Maybe I'll stay here till level 10. And I'm out of PP. Alright, so yeah, I'll just train here till level 10. This might get me a few more Poochyenas. Alright, training's done. The only reason I withdrew my I deposited my HM users was just in case I had a blackout. Alright, so now I'm gonna need to fight everybody. Hey, more Poochyenas. Oops. Oh, I guess theoretically I could have blackout trained on that guy, but Harden is not a good way to blackout train. Also, tomorrow, Zealous-Spawn and I are going to do those 2 random solo run races in Pokemon Yellow. He assured me his internet was going to be working, so at least we'll be able to do the stream together, which is nice. But I am still very worried about it. I mean, a lot of the basic knowledge is still the same, but the difference is, like, all the gym leader teams are just completely different. Like, for example, instead of Koga having a bunch of Coughings, Wheezing, and a Muck, he has 3 Venonats and a Venomoth. Very high leveled, and Sabrina has a level 50 Abra. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get that Heart Scale, because there's a chance I may want to use the Heart Scale to get Protect for Norman. Alright, I'm still not going to fight this guy. Ah, crap. I was going to try to avoid him because look at the experience. 34. This guy is worse than Wild Pokemon. Wild Whismur will give me more experience than this guy. I mean, at least it's very quick, but still, wild Pokemon would have been better. Oh, almost forgot. And unlike Lileep, we cannot learn Bullet Seed, so I'm going to have to skip that. Surely 4 scratches will be enough, right? Oh, yeah. Five-person chose over in the water region. Honestly, I think this will get over because we're going to need level 19 for Roxanne, and we've already cleared out most of the trainers. And the other problem is we're in the erratic growth rate, so we're going to be leveling up very, very slowly. And the reason we need level 19 is specifically because we need Water Gun. Roxanne is not winnable without Water Gun. Even for Blackout training, like even at level 19, I'm still going to need to Blackout train because her Nose Pass is one heck of a beast. In terms of defense, that thing will live anything. Plus, it's not like we're part water type. If we were part water type, we would have gotten the same type attack bonus with Water Gun, and that would have given it a 50% power buff, going from 40 to 60, and that alone would make a huge difference. Alright, I'm going to go for 1 Harden. Yeah, see, this should give you a sneak peek on the Geodudes. And remember, this one doesn't have a rock move. The ones in the gym do. I'm gonna wait till I get Water Gun before I even attempt to take on the gym trainers. Honestly, there is a chance I might have to black out. Because I think I'm gonna run out of scratches. Yeah, I am definitely going to need to black out. For sure. Oh, this is rough. This is painful. This is very painful. There's a chance I might end up getting struggle. I'm not even kidding. I mean, I don't think it's going to be possible. We're going to get hit with far too many tackles. Here we go. Alright, blackout. I'm kind of annoyed I lost that much money, though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my HM users deposited for a while. I don't think I'm gonna have enough scratches, though. I think I need to skip this guy. Yeah, the level 5 Whisper only give 48 XP, but the level 8s give 77. So 48 to 77 per Whisper is what I'm going to be getting in here. These Whisper gave 68. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit. But honestly, this is just something I just have to sign up for, you know? There's always going to be a Pokemon where I'm going to have to do a lot of early game grinding, and that's okay. But still, like I said, I am going to need to do an early protein buy, because I need to have 100 attack EVs by the time I challenge Norman. Theoretically, there's another thing we could do to get more attack EVs. We could hold the Macho Brace and Blackout Train on the 5 Gyarados guy. That's something we could also do. But we'll be near the max by that point, I think. Alright, and the level 6s give 58. So it's 48, 58, 68. And the level 8s give 77. I don't know why it wouldn't be 78. Probably some sort of rounding. Man, I keep closing my eyes. Oh my god. Dude, let me leave. Hey, I didn't know I could go through that tree. Oh, I just realized I never fought that kid yet. Do Ninkata give attack? They give defense. Oh no, it's youngster Joey. Yeah, my eyes are just feeling heavy. Honestly, I think once I get level 17, I wonder if I should attempt to train on the gym trainers. I don't know, they would be very slow. Oh, hey, Boss KO. And my eyes are just feeling heavy. There's something for me to talk about. I mean, we're almost level 16. We just need 2 more levels. Because, actually, technically it's 3. But I just want to see if going to level 18 would be better. Because I think maybe at level 18 we might be able to successfully Blackout Train. I just wish there was an early candy I could get. But there isn't. It's annoying. And again, one thing I could do is use Harden to boost my defense, so that way rock moves do less damage, but the problem is, I'm weak to rock move. Dang, I ran out of scratches again. wonder if we'll find another shiny. Probably not. Aw, crud. Then again, I am level 16. Hey, at least I'm almost level 17 from that one trainer. Honestly, wait a minute. Rock and Bug. If I remember correctly, Bug typing resists fighting. So I'm pretty sure Brawly's not going to be too bad. Because you also have to remember, none of the gym leaders have held items in Ruby and Sapphire. It's only the Elite Four and Champion that do with citrus berries. So Brawly's Makuhita does not have a citrus berry. So half of its health is not just going to be automatically restored. Plus, he doesn't have the meta type, which honestly, the meta type was never really hard. Its only attacking move was Focus Punch. Well, I'm almost out of scratches. Oh, hey, John Calibro. Oh, John, I will resume the World Tournament streams next week. I just promised my brother we would do an Archipelago stream. It's been a long time, and I do want to do one of those again. Well, I think once that's done, I'll go back to the World Tournament. I know, what's his face? Dude, what's it? Dude, I can't remember. Who's the guy? Sparks the Nico. Yeah. I have no idea why I was blanking on that. Yeah, Sparks. I know he was doing sort of what I did with the random world tournament, except he did a random team for the whole thing. And he had to change the rules to allow fully evolved Mons. I think the fact that fully evolved Mons are still allowed, or they're not guaranteed, actually kind of makes it more interesting, because it led to things like a skill link, choice scarf, Chinchino, tail slapping, and one-shotting Sabrina's entire team. It was actually kind of hilarious. Plus, I had one team, I think I ended up losing, but there was a team where Badoo was actually very useful, because I was able to use choice scarf and like use sleep powder on it. I don't think I had choice scarf. I think Badoo is just naturally fast. Alright, 18. Alright, I think the plan here is just defeat more Whismers. Look at that. Look how much HP I have. That is just... that's disgusting. No one ever needs that much HP. Hey, Axu or anybody else who wants to answer this, where can I get Pomeg berries? Those are the berries that reduce your HP EVs. Theoretically, in the mid-game, I could pick some of those up so I have room for more attack EVs. I worry if I don't get enough attack EVs, then, you know, bad things will happen. I thought it would. Sometimes the EV light can work too, but it's when we don't know. Yeah, what I've noticed with the Smogon suggested builds, it's usually a good idea to adjust them based on the fact I'm doing World Tournaments. So stuff like Choice Scarf and Eviolite are far more important. honestly, I might just get Water Gun before going to her gym. By the time I use up my 5 remaining scratches, if I'm not level 19, I'll just get level 19 off one of the gym trainers. But once we get Water Gun, then the run can get going. Pomeg is in the Berry Master's Garden. Oh, okay. Do you know how many of them I could get? I cannot find the berries in your Discord. Check the Emerald guide, John, because I'm pretty sure Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald have very similar berries. You know what? I only need a tiny bit of XP. Wait, the EV reduced berries don't have that effect until Emerald? Wait, what? So are you saying the EV reducing berries are not EV reducing berries? Is that what you're saying? That was only introduced in Emerald? I'm guessing Fire Red and Leaf Green, it doesn't do that either. I'm guessing in this game they're only used as like Pokeblock ingredients. Oh my, dude, I did not know that. That is awful. Okay, yeah, so the plan now for Roxanne is to blackout train until I win. Because, yeah, I can one-shot her Geodude, but who knows about the Nose Pass? Yeah, see? I don't think it's worth trying to go for a Harden. I think just spam Water Gun. The Pomeg glitch. Yeah, I didn't mean like the Pomeg glitch. I wanted to use the berries to reduce my HP EVs, so I guess you're effectively telling me I'm stuck with this absurd amount of HP. XP, besides the champion, what are the biggest differences between Spearrunning Emerald and Sapphire? Most of the gym leaders have one less Pokemon, and they don't have held items. Plus, you only fight one evil team instead of 2. Plus, the 8th gym leader is Wallace instead of Juan. Instead of dealing with a Kingdra, you have to deal with a Milotic. Both of them are equally annoying. Well, yeah, John, but the problem is with those berries, I've been told that those berries did not reduce your EVs in this game. Because my plan was to use some Pomeg berries as like anti-HP ups. They'll take away some EVs. That way I could get room for attack. That is actually something I've done in Emerald runs before. And Omega Ruby for sure. Also, look at the difference between my attack and my special attack. That's just nuts. Also, I think I will take on Brawly right away. Because Brawly's not going to be scary. Brawly is sort of a joke in this game. Because he doesn't have Meta-type, but then again, the Meta-type was never scary. Its only attacking move was Focus Punch. It's the fact his Makuhita does not have a Citrus Berry. The fact it had a Citrus Berry made it very busted. Which one do you prefer? Honestly, I do prefer Ruby and Sapphire because there's not as much bloat. Like with the whole 2 evil villainous teams thing. Plus the game in general, just the runs are just faster. Whenever I play 2 different versions of the same region and one of them is faster to complete runs, I always prefer the faster one because it lets me do more Hoenn playthroughs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like them both. And here's one thing about Emerald. Emerald has all those move tutors. Oh, here's another thing I like about Ruby and Sapphire. There are no move tutors, which means you can never be tempted to use Substitute on everything. It actually kind of makes it interesting because most Pokemon can just get Substitute to deal with people like Sydney or Phoebe. When Ruby and Sapphire, you cannot get Substitute unless you get it by level up. Therefore, you kind of have to deal with it, like use Person berries. In fact, the berries are more useful in this, I think, just because there is no Substitute. Also, guess what? I finally get to pick this item up. Everstone. I don't think I need to equip that. I think it doesn't evolve till the 40s. I'm going to use that Everstone while training in the mid-game. Emerald is much harder at the start, but Sapphire is harder at the Elite Four since you don't have as much XP. Yeah, it's sort of like a blessing and a curse. If you're a Pokemon that really struggles against Watson, you would kind of prefer to play Emerald version because you're able to get far more XP. But if in Ruby and Sapphire you struggle with Watson, it's a lot worse. Like, for example, I'm going to struggle against Watson, right? There's not as much training for me because there's far fewer trainers. Do these things give attack? No. Well, I think the reason there's no post-game boss fight is because Steven Stone is the actual champion. I was actually curious if there was a difference between Steven Stone in this game and Steven Stone in Emerald. I think Axu told me besides the levels, the only difference was like one level up move. Okay. Hey, yeah, I thought Brawly would work. It ain't happening. That's fine though, at least I did the gym trainers. It's the same. I thought I heard somewhere that one of the moves was different. Oh, apparently all the moves are still the same. The only difference is the levels. Okay. So it's still the exact same fight. Honestly, I've tended to notice without Substitute being accessible, for Steven Stone, usually most Pokemon end up teaching Rest instead of Substitute. Because you can just use Rest whenever you get Toxiced. Plus, when Steven Stone's at a lower level, Steven Stone no longer has the fastest Pokemon in the game. In fact, in Emerald, while Steven Stone has the fastest Pokemon in the game, with his Claydol being at 140, in Ruby and Sapphire, he does not have the fastest. The fastest Pokemon in the game is Drake's Salamence at 132, and his Flygon at 126. Both of them. He has two identical Flygons. Yeah, Drake essentially has the top two. The Metagross is the only difference? Okay, so what are the moves then? Because I knew there was at least one move difference. I remember Axu mentioned something about it. Hyper Beam instead of Shadow Ball. Okay. Honestly, that's sort of better, especially for Psychic types. Alright, I'm gonna get this TM just to sell. Are the Elite Four the same levels? I don't believe so. Part of me wants to think they're like a level or two lower, or the natures are different. I really cannot remember. I'm gonna save here just in case. Hey, crit. Oh, and Cradily and Emerald has Ingrain, and Sapphire has Sludge Bomb. Okay, so yeah, then the Cradily is actually kind of tougher on Steven's team. Oh, here's one other thing I really like about Ruby and Sapphire compared to Emerald. You know how if you have multiple Pokemon, the twins will fight you? Twins in this game will only fight you if you talk to them. I kind of wish all the games were like that. Like Emerald, Platinum, Diamond, and Pearl. I really wish the twins just wouldn't fight you. I guess Black and White as well. Okay, so I'm about to get the Macho Brace coming up. I'm about to get the Macho Brace. Is there a good... Can anyone look up, what is the route called? Route 115, the route that goes to Verdendorf Town? Can anyone look up if there are Poochyunas in the wild? Or somewhere I can gain attack EVs? Aggron's still bad. Yeah, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire really improved Steven's movesets. Fire and Leaf Green works that way as well. I'm pretty sure with the twins in Fire and Leaf Green, you have to be one space in front of them. I remember them still being able to see me. At least I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, go through the door. Because the fact I have 115 EVs and HP is not good. I'm going to go ahead and buy 1 protein right now. I'm going to see if I can sell some stuff to get 2. Route 116 and Route 116 for Poochyuna. Route 116 and Route 117. I am seeing conflicting answers. That's fine, though. I can easily just pause the game and look at the walkthrough again. Just look on that route. Alright, I don't think Brendan's going to be too hard. I am worried about double kick, though. I should probably use 1 harden on the Whalmer. Dude, Whalmer is far more threatening than Wingull. Oh god. Yeah, I'm resetting that. Oh man. Sunspore and Leech Seed. Yep. Oh boy. Maybe I probably should have held an Oranberry or something. Or a Cherry Berry. Yeah, I'm gonna hold a Cherry Berry. Come on, yeah, keep going for Splash. You know you want to. Poison. Eh. Alright, Scratch or... Alright, looks like they're doing the same damage. Okay, that was close. I almost never used Veekin for Pokemon information. I forgot that website even existed. I'm not gonna lie. For Pokemon encounters, I always use Bulbapedia. Pokemon DB isn't really good for encounters. I use Pokemon DB for, like, just generic movesets. Metal Claw. I probably should have saved before doing this fight. In Gen 8, it's not obtainable. I mean, there's some Pokemon in Gen 8 not obtainable. Same with Gen 9. Like, when looking up Anorith's moveset, I actually just learned Anorith is not in Gen 9. I actually know for a fact Poochyuna's in Gen 9 because I actually did encounter a shiny Poochyuna in my playthrough. It was during the Kitekami part of the DLC. Yeah, so if I have to guess... I mean, here's the thing. If I have to guess, is there no Pokemon I could grind on in the wild for attack EVs? Like, can anyone look at the routes for Route 116 in the grass? Is there anything in the grass that gives attack EVs? Or am I just not going to get any? I mean, I guess another thing I could do is just go back and buy more early vitamins. I mean, I wouldn't mind attempting to black out on trainers, but the problem is having an Anorith attempt to black out on an early game trainer is not really something you want to do because of how little damage I'll be taking. There are no attack EV Pokemon? Shoot. That's not good. I'm going to end up with far fewer attack EVs than I thought. Oh. I hope that thing does not use high jump kick. Oh my god, I can't believe I lived that. I mean, who knows? I might be able to find, I don't think there is going to be a trainer to black out to. I think the plan is just going to have to be fight all the trainers, then try to get enough money for 2 proteins. Except the Nincada and the Whismur. Yeah, Nincada give defense, Whismur gives HP. Hey, Goldeen give attack. Where do I get the Good Rod? I don't remember where to get the Good Rod. Because the Good Rod might be able to fish up Goldeens. Yeah, but I'm worried by then I'm going to reach the vitamin cap. After Surf. So, okay, that's off the table then. Darn. Yeah, I'm going to need to hold on to the Macho Brace for a while. On the bright side, I outspeed everything on Watson's team. I had to buy some nest balls for the marrow later. Where's the Good Rod? I don't know. I asked that earlier. And somebody said after Surf. Wait a minute. Granite Cave. Granite Cave have Machop in them. I could have just done that. I will have to backtrack to the boat, but with the Macho Brace, I think that would be a good idea. What does this guy sell? Dolls. Okay, X speed, HP up, dire hit, full heal, and I don't want Rock Tomb. Get rid of that. Alright, this should let me buy 2 proteins. Alright, I'm gonna go train on the Machop in Granite Cave. Can anyone tell me what the encounter odds are? May as well get this to... Oh, that's... I for some reason thought Flash is a TM I could sell. Hey... You know what? Alright, Geodude or defense. Makuhita give HP. Dude, come on, I know there's Machop in here. Are there no Machop in here? Alright, I'm pausing. I'm looking this up. There aren't? You've got to be kidding. Come on, what kind of cave does not have Machops in them? I just came here for nothing. Crap. Well, I guess I got myself an Abra. May as well take advantage. Hold on to it. Alright, I'm gonna fight the trainers in here. The only thing that gives attack is Sableye. That is very rare. I mean, I am playing Sapphire version, so I could get him. Hey, Mariah. Actually, wait. If I'm gonna black... Shouldn't I just hold on to the... Should I have deposited the Abra so I can go Blackout train? Abra can just spam Blackout. It'll get one shot pretty quickly. Hey, look, my attack stat, my attack EVs match. 90. Sapphire's bad for attack EVs. So if I was playing Ruby version, what would give me attack EVs? Or I guess you're saying, like, Sapphire in general. Emerald is way better for attack, for sure. That's not a potion. Soda Pop. Cherry Berry. Yeah, it says Emerald gave you all those Poochienas. Alright, Rain in the Wild, oh, it is. I'm actually not gonna equip the, what you call it. I'm actually not gonna equip the Macho Brace. That way I gain less EVs. Just because nothing here gives attack. Arrow. I think as soon as I get to level 30, I'll use one rare candy to get to 31. Protect. Better than Harden. Oh, teach Rock Smash. Get rid of Protect. I mean, I did say I would want Protect for Norman, but I can just use a Heart Scale. Seriously? I looked up a guide and Corphish with Super Rod is the best way. Technically, it is not. Technically, the best way is Blackout training on Fisherman Ronald. Just purposefully lose to his 5th Gyarados. But if you've already beaten him, then yeah, I guess Corphish. Man, fortunate he was more likely to use Sonic Boom. Well, at least I have a Meryl. Or not a Meryl. Well, I guess Meryl. I guess at least I have Meryl and Abra. I may as well have a Flash user. Alright, so, question. Should I use a Heart Scale to relearn Water Gun? I was thinking Water Gun could be useful for Flannery, but I don't know. Actually, I think I should have to keep it, because I'm actually going to delay teaching Dig until Steven. So honestly, yeah, I need to keep Water Gun. So if I want to have Protect first for Norman, I'm going to have to actually backtrack and just go to the move relearner. But I mean, I do have Abra now, so that would actually be sort of better. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Like, I can just set my center heal in Lava Ridge Town, and then go to the move relearner, get Protect, and then I can just teleport back. Yeah, it's just really unfortunate that I'm not going to have as many attack EVs as I would like, but honestly, with one Omni Boost, we should be fine. I mean, then again, you guys saw those ranges with 150 attack EVs. Like, you saw, like, at +1 Omni Boost, some of those Pokemon were just barely one-shots. With lower attack EVs, that means they're going to be 2-shots. Which means we pretty much need a second Omni Boost. That means on the Skarmory, we're going to need to farm for 2 of them, but it's not going to be too bad, because at least they'll be quick resets. Because here's the thing, without the second Omni Boost, Metagross will not be a one-shot with Dig. Remember, that 87% chance is with 150 attack EVs at level 85. So either that, or we're going to have to get to like level 90. Either level 90 at +1, or level 85 with +2. Like, what do you guys think will be better? At least to get to level 90, I plan to use all my rare candies before Tate and Liza. I can just blackout train in the league. And with the erratic growth rate, we'll be gaining the levels very quickly. Even faster than the fast group. Hey, Skarmory. You think the level 90 would be better? Honestly, it probably would be. I might die. Yep. Also, wait a minute. Why didn't I buy more repels? Yeah, 10% twice in a row. Yeah, that's essentially a 1% chance. Oh, dude, that was Machop. You know what? Where's my Macho Brace? What are the odds on this route? What's this route? 112. Double? Double gives special attack. Okay, don't fight those. Or what about in the cave here? Would in the cave be better for Machop? Dude, it does not seem like Machop are good odds here. I'm pausing again. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see. Route 112. It's 25%. Alright. So I'm gonna take a look at the cave really. Fiery path. The chop 15%. Yeah, nothing on Route 113. What about Route 114? Wablu, Lotad, Seedot, Zangoose, the Viper. I don't think any of these give attack. Excuse me. Oh, it says with the old rod, Goldeen's a 30% chance on Route 114, but obviously that's not going to be good. Yeah, I think I should just deal with the 25%. Because otherwise, I'm going to need level 90. Oh yeah, Zangoose gives a 2 attack, but there's one problem with that. That's exclusive to Pokemon Ruby. Yeah, this spot's the best. I literally could not find a better spot. This is literally worse than the 30%, wait a minute. In the Fiery Path. Can anyone look this up? In the Fiery Path? Besides, I know Machop there is 15%, but does anything else there give attack? Like anything? Or is it just Machop? No, just Machop. Brud. Yeah, honestly. I think I should just stay here until I get, like, probably 120 attack EVs. And then I'll unequip the Macho Brace. And I will re-equip it before I know for a fact I'm going to fight some attack EV Pokemon. Then again, I do worry greatly on not having enough attack. Go for 130 and then leave. I think so, yeah. So 6 more Machop. Yeah, it's a shame there's really not a way to repel trick. Alright, I need 2 more. Yep, 4 blackouts and 5 resets. I mean, I'm not really sure what you expected. Oh yeah, the Macho Brace helps a lot here. Alright, come on, I need 1 more. Can anyone add up my EVs and tell me what the total is? Because the maximum amount of EVs you can have is 510. And I have 3 stats that are over 100. And it definitely looks like I'm very close to the cap. Also, I ran out of repels, if you're wondering. Actually, wait, I'm pretty sure this kid has a Ninjask. 446? Yeah, I'm really cutting it close. I think Ninjask give attack. No, they do not. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, hold on, let me get the nugget. Okay. Maybe just train the rest. That's what I'm thinking. Then again, there could be some trainers here that give attack. Like, maybe these fishermen have Goldeen. Oops. Oh, crud. That's Oh, no, that's gonna give me 4 HP. Okay, that was a lot of wasted stats. Alright, I'm pausing again. No, John, that's fine. I can check. Yeah, you've done a lot. Here's Route 1. Right here. I may as well switch screens so y'all can see it. Alright. Trainers. Barboach. HP. Nope. Okay, Claude has 3 Goldeen. That's 6 attack, right? Lugma? Special attack. Okay, Hiker Lenny with the 2 Machops and Fisherman Claude. This will give me a grand total of 10 attack EVs. And there's going to be 2 junk HPs, but I'll have to deal with it. I need to try and avoid all the other trainers. Which of these two? Is it this guy? Okay, yeah. I watched Pokemon X Part 4. Maxie gave Eason being the second gym. Don't chill with me earlier, and he was able to show Discord. He was able to show my Discord photos and show YouTube videos. I'm confused. What are you talking about? Going physical? Absolutely. This thing is not a special attacker at all. Okay, this is the Machop Hiker. This is Hiker Lenny. Where's Hiker Carl? Well, I'm not sure what you meant by, like, he showed my photos. Can you do that? Like, I don't get what your question is. Alright, pause again. Okay, trainers. Black Belt Knob has a Machop. Interesting. Collector Hector has either Seviper or Zangoose, depending on the version he's playing. I did not know that. And then Cindy. Does Metatite give attack? No, it does not. Okay, why does Metatite give speed? That makes no sense. Okay, so just... Okay, Hector... Sapphire, he has Zangoose. Oh, it's the version exclusive I can't get. Okay, yeah, so fight Knob and Hector. Because I show him the artwork Pokemon pics to the Borax in Discord. I still don't know what that is. Alright, I know the Team Aqua Grunts on top of the Mount Chimney have Poochyenas. So I'll make sure to fight them. I want to make sure I avoid spinners I already didn't fight. That's not... Oh, God. Poochyenna, okay. 148. Come on. One more. If I can get 2 more attack, I thought you said Brawly would be easy. I was wrong. Scratch is not as good of a move as you think. Hey, Carvana give attack. That's nice. Hey, I'm 1 level away from Ancient Power. Okay, I'm gonna unequip this. Yeah, yeah, it'll be 150. It'll probably be 157 by the time I beat this. Hey, there's my attack boost. Alright, so long, water gun. Only 154, I'm maxed out. Shoot. Alright, that's fine, though, because we have the minimum 150. I honestly did not think we were going to hit the 150 mark. Like, that's insane. Just because of the fact I had to EV train on Whismer, which made it very difficult. Yeah, I'll definitely need to use all the EP ups I get on Ancient Power. I am impressed that one shot at Torkoal. My god. Also, is there even any point in me getting items to sell? I can't buy vitamins anymore. I mean, I'm just gonna get the rare candy. But yeah, if I did not get a minimum of 150 attack EVs, I would need it a higher level than level 85. And level 85 is insane as it is, even with Erratic. Yeah, I know I'm capped. Oh, I do need to buy some hidden powers. Alright, I think I need 3 copies of hidden power. Because I know for a fact I need moveset flexibility, so I'm gonna get multiple copies. Okay, now he'll be easy. Over-leveled much? Yes, actually. I over-leveled quite a lot. Remember, we are playing with an Anorith. The Anorith or Anorith? Anorith. Anorith. I have no idea. I like to say Anorith, because I think Anorith just doesn't sound right. I think Anorith is the correct word. Anorith and Armaldo. Okay. I think the best thing to teach is a Chesto Berry. Also, I'm not going to have Protect for this fight, I don't think. Wow, this thing with 3-shot of slacking. The boost. We got the boost. Also, here's the thing. A super effective Rock Smash is only 40 power. I did it just for the defense drop. Fun fact, in Ruby and Sapphire speedruns, you actually need Rock Smash on your Marsh Stomp just to deal with Norman, to lower defense, because he's just that difficult. Is Norman better here in Sapphire or Emerald? Honestly, I think he's better in Ruby and Sapphire. Because you can set up on the Spinda pretty easily with a Person Berry. And the Linoon, usually if you get it to half health, it fails a Belly Drum. And he only has 1 slacking. I think he's actually better in this game, just because there really isn't a good way to set up on him. But yeah, I think Norman's the only gym leader where he's actually harder in this game than in Emerald. Also, I wonder when I should teach Return. I mean, I don't really need Return right now. Oh, wait, what's my moveset going into the league? Ancient Power, Brick Break Return, HP Ghost. Yeah, this trainer is mandatory in Ruby and Sapphire, but if you got the Mach Bike, you can actually skip this guy, because you can just go the other way. Alright, now I need to start equipping this thing. Funny thing is that unless you're a normal type, Return is almost never worth it in Gen 7. There are other generations like that. I think, here's my opinion. Fire Red and Leaf Green, Return is not really that good. Unless you get Stab. Oh god. Shelly literally almost killed me. In Fire Red, it's almost never useful. Based on, I've done a lot of runs. Not often have I needed to use, what's it called? Return. I think in Ruby and Sapphire, it's definitely more useful. Emerald, it's definitely useful. I think in Emerald, it's only really good for the League, I think. Like, if you need a neutral damaging move. But it's not as useful in those games. Like, I remember when I did my backports, I did not end up using it that much. Diamond and Pearl, not really. Platinum, it ends up being useful for a weird reason. Usually if a Pokemon starts with really weak moves, Return is the very first TM you get in the entire game. But, let's see. I think the games where Return is overpowered or very useful is Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White 1. And Black 2 and White 2, but not as much. Yeah, in Black and White 1, it is very, very good. Just because in Black and White 1, most of the good TMs are locked in the late game. Or in the post game, so Return is just one of the few you can get. It's good if you don't have better options. Yeah, pretty much. But in Crystal, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver, most Pokemon end up using it. But in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, not as much. Just because type boosting items are so good now. The fact that it's 20% instead of 10. Alright, so yeah, this Winona is not going to be hard, I don't think. Coverage is often king. Exactly. I think, honestly, I think Return is only good in games where coverage isn't really too important. Kind of like the Johto games. Like, coverage is not as useful in Crystal version just because of how low leveled everything is. Also, I believe it's starting level 40 where Erratic becomes better than the slow group. But before Tate and Liza, I will 100% use all my rare candies. That way in the late game, I'll level up a lot faster. Honestly, I wonder if I should use... Oh. I was just gonna say, maybe I should use all my rare candies before Fisherman Ronald and Blackout Train on him and his Gyarados for really good XP. But the problem is, in Ruby and Sapphire, he starts with his high-level Gyarados, and then slowly he gets to his lowest level one. The lowest level Gyarados on his team is level 20, and the problem is, it only has Thrash. if you are a ground type in Gen 2 with Earthquake and Rock Slide, is Return ever worth it? It's good for the PP. Return tends to be good for the PP. Come on, where is the boost? Where's the boost? Oh well, we don't even need the boost. Oh yeah, red, absolutely, yeah. Here's one thing that's annoying about this route in Ruby and Sapphire. The shortcut through the trees doesn't exist, so I have to do the bag trick past this cast form spinner. Little annoying. So does poison, so Sludge Bomb is preferred there if it gets stab. Yeah, I remember we tried to tell Steve that during the... we did some sort of poison type backport. He just refused to use it. One thing that's great in Heart Gold Soul Silver is that Brock gives you the TM for Rock Slide. And Rock Slide ends up being a good move for Red. I think a lot of Pokemon I've played in Heart Gold that could learn Rock Slide actually did end up using it. It's just really good. Also, should I go backtrack for return? I should, yes. Okay, yeah, but first... Okay, that is just insane. I'm pretty sure I saved. I'm gonna save state just in case I didn't. Okay, I did. I better go get return first. Oh, here's one thing I like about Ruby and Sapphire. The HMs are actually up top. Like in the menu here, see how it flies in the top? In every other game, summary is always on top. Wait, no, I don't want the move relearner. I want return. Oh, I forgot the meteorite. Oh, crud. Oh, I can get it really quick. Should have gotten the meteorite. Oftentimes, you can only run one attacking move for red. That is true. Oh, dude, this is something I never see. When you clear them out and you go back, there's actually trainers up here. I actually forgot this existed. I'm kind of curious what this person has. Nummel. Man, I wish these trainers were good. Yeah, that's the thing with Gen 2, John. Almost everything uses return on red. Return and curse or some sort of setup move. I mean, protect is really good as well, but I started to learn that if you could learn the TM for roar and you have a difficult time setting up on the Pikachu, you can actually just use roar to attempt to get rid of the Pikachu and set up on something else. It's a strat that Scott and Austin figured out. It's a really good strat, actually. Okay, I can teach Hidden Power now if I want. Yeah, Metal Claw is not really that useful. Yeah, I'll have to get Brick Break later. Yeah, Brick Break will go in the place of Secret Power. I just don't like turn 1 Charm. Yeah, plus Thunder Paralysis. Even if you're neutral to Electric, it still hurts. Roar or Whirlwind. Well, here's the thing. Roar is at least a TM. And there's no move relearner in Gen 2. Why am I going in here? Well, I do need escape ropes. Alright, I do need rest. Go ahead and get that before I forget. Well, John, what makes you think against a ground type he would send out Charizard next? Remember, they don't send out this Pokemon the same way every time. Yeah, it does depend on the Mon. Do, 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 do. You know, it feels nice not needing to equip a Mystic Water or a Quick Claw. This thing has excellent speed, especially for a Hoenn game. I can just hold the Everstone, so that way I don't have to keep constantly canceling evolutions. Yeah, there is no move reminder in Gen 2. There's a move deleter, but no move reminder. They didn't invent those till Ruby and Sapphire. It considers your typing in the opponent's moveset. Exactly. I don't know which of them they prioritize. I think the enemy AI prioritizes the defensive typings. Like, for example, if Charizard has a super effective move on your Pokemon, but you are running a rock type, even though his Charizard has a super effective move, he will save his Charizard for later. I'm pretty sure they do prioritize defensive typings. Hold on, let me make sure I use a PP up. I am going to need more PP ups for Ancient Power, though. And one unfortunate thing is in Ruby and Sapphire, there's no PP max anywhere in the game. So, I do know the locations of some other PP ups, but I am going to have to backtrack for them, though. Also, here's a weird thing. In Emerald version, Aqua Admin Matt here does not have Carvana or Sharpedo. In Emerald version, he has Golbat and Mightyena. Like, Matt is actually sort of difficult. Even though the Sharpedos don't have water moves, they are still very fast and are still very powerful with Crunch. I'm gonna go ahead and get another PP up really quick. Alright. Even though I have a peep... Hey, John, can you look in my Discord server in the Ruby and Sapphire channel? Where can I get another PP up? I actually don't remember half the locations of finding PP ups in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, just because in Emerald I'm so used to the PP max that it just acts like 3 PP ups. I'm just wondering where I can get another one easily. Also, I'm debating whether to use candies now, actually. I think I'll wait till before Tate and Liza, like my original plan stated. Meteor Falls. Isn't that very out of the way, though? Route 109. Yeah, John, you can't just give the route. Be a little specific. Like, yeah, 109, but where on 109? Lilico Vidi. Like, is the PP up hidden or something? Like, you need to be a little more specific than that. There's a heart scale. It just says you need surf. Axew usually has a picture. I'll just... Crap. I'll just use this. Oh, it's not even hidden. Okay. Yeah, but Axew usually provides a picture. Route 104 near some trees. Well, I already picked up that one. I'm still debating when is the best time to use all my rare candies. Part of me wants to actually use them before I do all the training to the west of Pacific Log. Because the training to the west of Pacific Log is extremely good. There's some of the best trainers in the entire game over there. So I think before I go over there is when I should... Flash? No. Hey, why are a lot of these trainers just so bad? Interesting, in Emerald version, these guys have far fewer Pokemon. Meteor Falls needs Surf and Waterfall. You need to go down a path where you normally get Dragon Claw, but go down south to a cave where there's a PP up. See, John? That's more like it. I mean, I already maxed out Ancient Power. I don't need any more. Victory Road. You have to take the path where you have to face one clay doll. There's a ladder to the right before you lift it. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that, John. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm going to get the over or the under? Then again, I still have a lot of training to go, but do you guys see how much quicker I'm leveling up? Alright, do not need the backup return. Probably the under at this point. We'll see. Hold on. No. I was about to deposit most of my HM users in case I black out, but I'll just save before some of the hard trainers. Alright, yeah, this guy is not that good. He has a Machoke, yeah, but he has 2 Makuhitas. But, I think right now I'm going to use all my candies. First, let me go get the Rapids candy. Okay, I'm going to use all my candies now. Alright, this will get me to 61. You guys gotta remember, with the erratic growth rate, like, at this level, I'm essentially gonna level up faster than any other growth rate, including the fast group. It's actually better to use your candies earlier. Yeah, I'm going to need multiple trips through this place, but these rapids have some of the best trainers in the game. Besides Victory Road, of course. But then again, I can always blackout train in the Pokemon League as well. Which honestly might be more likely. Just Wallace and Steven are possible roadblocks. The person that's the biggest roadblock is Steven. The reason I need level 85 is specifically because of Steven. Because here's the one big difference between Anorith and Armaldo. Armaldo gets Earthquake. Anorith does not. If Anorith got Earthquake, it could probably do Steven at a lot lower of a level. Alright. So now I need to go down this way. Surf over here. Surf up here. This is where Fisherman Ronald is in this game. Yeah, here's why I can't really blackout train on him in Ruby and Sapphire, because you notice he starts at this higher level, and he slowly goes down. Like, I'm getting hit with so many Intimidates, but I'm still one-shotting them. If only the versus... Dude, I wish this guy existed in Fire Red. I mean, Fisherman Ronald is in Fire Red, but he has Seekings and a Goldeen. Basically... Well, he's Fisherman Psych, technically. Also, look at this. Cool Trainer Warren is in Hoenn. But look at this team. He has a Graveler. Magcargo. I think this is one of the only people I've seen in this game with Magcargo. And a Ludicolo. Yep, you know, no matter what game Cool Trainer Warren is in, he still has a very good team. Except in Fire and Leaf Green, he's required. Okay, that should be enough. There's a youngster Joey by Rustboro. I actually already fought him. I think he's the one with Machop. Alright, I'm gonna fight all the trainers in here. What I've noticed in Ruby and Sapphire, in this gym, since there are no mandatory double battles besides the gym leader, these trainers actually have more Pokemon, including some fully evolved ones. Like, in Emerald version, all of the trainers in Tate and Liza's gym have only one Pokemon each. So yeah, Tate and Liza's gym trainers are actually better in this game. Look at this. Their gym trainers are horrible in Emerald version. I usually only fight like 2 of them, optionally. Oop. The unnamed trainer in Warren's place in Red, Blue, and Yellow isn't good. No, he is not. That guy wishes he were Cool Trainer Warren. Can you imagine if Cool Trainer Warren existed in that game? Same team and everything? He truly would be harder than Giovanni. Alright, save. I don't really think I need to save. I'm pretty sure Hidden Power Ghost is going to one-shot both of their Pokemon. I'm that confident. Lunatone, one shot. Yep, one shot. Yeah, that was easy. Also, as soon as I defeat Wallace in the gym, there is 2 more rare candies I can get. There's a Waterfall rare candy and the Route 119 Acrobite candy. I will get both of those candies and use them right away. Yellow Giovanni can be tricky sometimes, but he easily walls more Pokemon than Red and Blue Giovanni. Yeah, I was mainly talking about Red and Blue, but yeah, in Yellow version, Giovanni's still... I don't want to say he's bad. He's definitely better. But then again, I've seen his good AI interact in bad ways. Like if I recall correctly, isn't there a specific type combination where the Nidos will only spam Tail Whip? It has to be something that resists fighting and poison, but resists electric as well, I think. Or electric isn't super effective. I know there's a specific type combination that makes the Nidos just do nothing. I remember somebody mentioned it. What is the gym puzzle in Omega Ruby? It's sort of similar to Olivia's in X and Y. You mainly just float around the place and activate little switches. You know, like any gym. Also, here's a weird thing. Ancient Power actually causes contact. So weird. Yeah, and here's the one thing. If you're running a Pokemon in Ruby and Sapphire that really does not need extra training, Pacific Log Town is technically completely optional. There's no reason in Ruby and Sapphire to go to Pacific Log. In Emerald, it's mandatory because you need the fly point toward the Sky Pillar. But the Sky Pillar isn't accessible in the main story in this game. So with very good Pokemon, I will skip doing the training. But then again, doing all the training would mean you get access to a rare candy as well. Usually a lot of Pokemon end up doing it, but it's not required. Alright, so I am fast enough to where I will run away from Kyogre. Also, I'm going to go ahead and fight Wallace's gym trainers. Wallace's gym trainers are actually very good. I think Juan's gym trainers in Emerald are also good. I don't think they're as good, though, but they probably are. Second copy of Return is here in Ruby Sapphire. It is, yes. Fun fact, though, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, since obviously TMs are renewable in that game, the spot you get the return TM is Pacific Log. Therefore, you have to have at least 6 badges if you want return. And by that point in the game, it's not really useful. Knowing the later games, you have to catch it. Yeah, in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire... Actually, in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you're not required to catch the Groudon or Kyogre. You have to either defeat it or catch it. In my Omega Ruby runs, it's a rule where I have to defeat the Groudon. The reason I have that rule is just so, 1, I can save the Master Ball for Rayquaza, which is mandatory to catch, and 2, it adds an interesting challenge. Plus, here's the thing. A lot of Pokemon can still do it, because you can always count on the Groudon to use Rest. If I was doing Alpha Sapphire, I would not mandate defeating it. That thing is way too powerful. That's the equivalent of having to defeat a level 80 Mewtwo in Red and Blue before you take on the League. Like, sure, some really good Pokemon could do it, but not everyone would. Oops. My bad. Oh my god, how am I... I'm going way too fast. I was gonna equip a Person Berry, but no, I don't need one. Probably more fair. I think so. But in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, the Professor Cosmo, when you rescue him, he gives you the TM for Smackdown, which could help with Flannery. Oh, you've got to be kidding. That's not fair. Yeah, I literally I literally lost because of a 20% confused with Water Pulse. I mean, we could learn Water Pulse, but where would Water Pulse even come in handy? It really wouldn't. Oh, Brick Break. Alright, getting rid of Secret Power now. Alright, this is my final moveset. And then before Steven, I will replace I'm replacing Return and Brick Break with Rest and Dig. Because Dig is needed for the Metagross. Dude. There we go. I just learned that Max Ether was there recently. Oh, and here's one weird thing. In Ruby and Sapphire, there's a Kecleon here. For some reason in Emerald they removed it. I have no idea. Like, why would you make such a minor change? Alright, I'm gonna save those 2 rare candies for when I get to level 70. I want to wait for a clean level up. I'm still going to fight all the trainers that I can. I might actually fight everybody in Victory Road. And here's the thing. If I have to go off of the beaten path, like if I want to get Psychic or something like that, I literally can never find my way through Victory Road if I go off the beaten path. So it's actually a good thing I have Flash. That way I know where I'm going. I know where the trainers are. Because I don't need Flash to go through Victory Road. But if I have to go off the beaten path for something, I kind of get lost. Oh, check this out. Max Elixir. Dude, I hate so much how Ancient Power makes contact. It makes no sense. And Muck's front sprite's really good in Ruby and Sapphire. My goodness. Oh, nice. Oh, I have cherry berries. A cherry berry. Yeah, going up here is an alternate way through this area. Because there's a trainer here with a clay doll. I should actually go this way if I have to play something that can't defeat a Lairon. And then you could go up the ladder here for a keep you up. Yeah, the change they made to the Wally fight absolutely makes no sense. The reason it makes absolutely no sense, like in Ruby and Sapphire, the Wally fight is at the very end of Victory Road, but in Emerald they moved it to the start. I have no idea why they changed that. It makes no sense, really. Alright. Final 2 rare candies, 72. Alright, so now what I need to do is defeat every trainer in Victory Road, and then Blackout train in the Pokemon League until I get to level 83. 83 at the start of Sydney. That's what I want. Also, up that ladder is the Psychic TM. Wally Blackout grinding could be a thing in Emerald. It could, yeah, but it is really not efficient. Then again, Blackout grinding on Sydney is not that efficient. Blackout grinding in the League is only really efficient if you can consistently beat his entire team. Oh, here's the girl with the illegal lantern, I think. Oh, is that only an emerald? There's a girl in Victory Road that has a lantern that knows Earthquake, which is illegal. It would have been on that bridge. I'm pretty sure that's an emerald trainer. Good if you need attack EVs. Yeah, but Smash Mouth. The problem is with 90% of Pokemon, you're going to hit the vitamin cap before you ever get there. That's not really good. And here's the thing. The Pokemon that would want to do attack EV training is going to hit the vitamin cap before the 5th gym, usually. Oh, Axew. Did you know that the EV-reducing berries like Pomic berries don't do anything in Ruby and Sapphire? Apparently, the fact that they reduce EVs wasn't introduced until Emerald. I found this out the hard way. You see the fact I have 143 HP, but 154 attack? I had to work so hard with the Macho Brace, intentionally grinding in the wild, to make sure I would have enough attack. Because here's the thing, I have to have a minimum of 150 attack EVs for Steven, otherwise I'll need a higher level than 85. And yes, we are doing blackout grinding in the league. Alright, gonna go ahead and buy some full restores. Now blackout train. I only need to black out in the league until I get to level 83 at Sydney. Because if I'm 83 at Sydney, then it means I will be 85 for Steven. At least with Intimidate, all of Sydney's Pokemon are one-shots. I wonder about Phoebe. Okay. Here's the funny thing. Even if we make it to Steven, theoretically, we could beat Steven at this level. But here's one problem. If we go to Steven at any level lower than 85, we would need at least 2 Omniboosts in order to beat his whole team, especially his Metagross. I'm sure Anorith at this level could beat Wallace's team, but Steven, oh boy, Steven. Just have to reset for a second Omniboost, I think. Yeah, but you're gonna get an absolute ton of resets, because here's the thing, though. At level 85, without an Omniboost, Steel Wing does roughly a third of your health. And at this lower level, Steel Wing would probably do half. I'm not even kidding. It would probably be half. Because I did all those calculations assuming 50 defense EVs. And I'm at 40, so I guess I was kind of spot on with that guess. Meteor Mash can miss. Ah, yes. I'll just grind for the 15% miss. Why didn't I think of that? You know my luck with those kinds of strats? Here, you want me to try at 78? You know what? Since we're here, let's give it some tries. Who knows? We might pull an Ike. Yeah, let's, do this. Here's the thing. If I teach the moves, I'm gonna have to deal with it. I think I should just accept it. Okay, replace Brick Break with Dig. And then replace, Return with Rest. And Pesto. But here's the thing. If we can get 2 Omniboosts, I don't know if 2 Omniboosts is going to make Dig one-shot Metagross. I actually don't know. Yeah. +2 should. If you want, actually, you can go to Kingler Calc and run some tests. Like, put in 154 attack EVs at 78. Honestly, I think level 78 might be a better idea for this fight anyway, because I can get off more ancient powers on Skarmory. Because at a higher level, that Skarmory would be a guaranteed 2-shot. 1. 2. Ancient Power. Play Doll, Hidden Power Ghost. Dig. Let's go. My strat for Steven worked. Dude, Earthquake did so little. 150, 351. I don't count that evolution time. 12 resets, 4 blackouts at level 79. I got really lucky there. Honestly, yeah, 85 was definitely a little too high, but 79 still works. But yeah, see? The grinding out of the way for attack EVs, 100% necessary. Because otherwise, I would need a much higher level. But theoretically, you could make the argument that if I chose not to EV train in the wild for attack, let's say I ended up here with 100 attack EV. I would probably have to get level 90. Probably 93. And get a +1. You could argue that's faster. I can definitely see that argument. That might just be faster. And theoretically, I may have played a little too safe. Because getting 93 and the erratic growth rate really isn't too bad, but the problem is that involves a lot of League blackout grinding, so honestly, I have no idea which method is faster. I like to believe the EV one is actually faster, because all the attack EVs definitely helped in the mid-game as well. But I don't know which of the two would have been faster. Purposefully grind the EVs? Or fighting Steven at like level 90 with +1. I don't know which would have been better. Actually, we can figure this out right now. I have Kingler Calc open still. Well, I'll have to reopen it. Alright, Ruby and Sapphire. Metagross, champion set. Alright. Anorith, blank set. Let's assume we're level 90 with 100 attack EVs. And our move set is Dig, Hidden Power Ghost, and Ancient Power. Yeah, on the Skarmory, it'd be arranged to be a 2-shot, but that's fine though. Like, it was actually a +2 range as well at level 90. Remember, this is assuming we did not purposefully grind for EVs. And then on the let's get +1 though. So the Clay Doll, 1-shot. Aggron, 1-shot. Earthquake did jack shit. Cradily, it would have to be a 2-shot with Ancient Power. Armaldo, 1-shot. Metagross, 18% chance to Oko. So at level 90, I would need +2. Look at that. Meteor Mash, 50% chance to knockout. Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot to boost my defense. Guaranteed 2-hit. But here's the thing. If we don't 1-shot with Dig, we're not going to arrive at, let's say we arrived at 75% of our health left so we can guaranteed live. I would hit it with Dig, but the problem is that is going to put it in red bar, and he will use a full restore, so I will end up dying. Oh my god. Forgot the boosts again. 75% chance. Okay, so honestly, level 90 with no attack EV grinding in the wild is actually also a good strat. But then again, instead of being level 90, I was able to beat him at level 78. Check level 78 at 2 boost 150 war EVs. I want to see the chance. Sure. Let's go ahead and put it at 78. 154 attack. Plus 1 Omni boost. Same moves. Dig. Guaranteed 2 hit. Oh yeah, we were absolutely dead. We were absolutely dead. Dig plus 2 with the Omni boost was the only way to knock out that Metagross. Because once we get it to plus 2... Oh my god, look. 100 to 117. So the bare minimum is all of its HP. Yeah, that was really cutting it close there. But that is definitely the thing for sure. Like, if I didn't do the attack EV grinding, I would have to be level 90 with 2 attack boosts. But here was my original plan. Go into this at 85 with 154. Let's check this out. Dig would have had a 37% chance to knock out at level 85 with Dig. So that was the original plan. Just get 1 Omni boost and hope for the best. Either that or we could have gone like 87 or 88. Yeah, 88 would have been a 75% chance. So 88, we would need the... I thought it was supposed to be 75%. It says here, Dig, 75% chance to knockout. Is the Anorith adamant? Oh my god, I need to stop rushing these. That would explain. Okay. Okay, yeah. See? 87.5% chance. So this... Okay, this right here was my actual plan. 85 with the attack EVs, at least 150. With Adamant, it would give Dig an 87% chance to one-shot at plus 1. But here's the thing. We all saw the calculations. If I was level 90 without the attack EVs, I would have needed 2 Omni Boosts. And 2 Omni Boosts is a 1% chance. I got super lucky on that run. But here, I'm curious. If we bring this back to 100, what is the minimum level to where Dig will have a similar chance to Oko? Like a level 85? Oh, interesting. At level 85, it's a 62% chance. But if we were level, like, 88, 93% chance. Honestly? Okay, honestly, I think going into Steven at anywhere from 75 to 70, at 78 at a minimum, I think 78 and just hoping for 2 Omni Boosts, because you can quickly reset on Steven, and the Cradily gives you more chances. I think 78 and getting 2 boosts is far better than getting 1 boost at a much higher level, because this would have involved a lot of League Blackout grinding. Yeah, we saw the ranges earlier. At level 78, with our current attack EVs, we needed plus 2 to, at the minimum, do 100% of Metagross's health. So it would have been a guaranteed one-shot. If we were any lower than that, it would have been a range. But honestly, it probably would have been a favorable range. I kind of want to look. Let's look at 75 at plus 1. Guaranteed 2 hit. That's with 100 attack EV. 78. Guaranteed 2 hit. 80. No. 83. Guaranteed. Oh, no. 83. 31% chance. So, I guess if we didn't do EV training in the wild on Machops, what the plan should have been was level 83 at +1 to have a range. But that's not good. 85 brings it to 62%. 88, 93% chance. So, yeah, if we didn't do the attack EV training, we would have needed an additional 12 levels. But if we were level 78 with +2 at 154 attack EVs, the dig does 109 to 125. If I was level 75, still guaranteed. 73, 81% chance. So here's the thing. If I was level 73, I would have just needed the one boost. But here's the problem. Look at the Skarmory. Steel Wing is a 94% chance to two-shot. So I would basically need the boost very quickly. Like, I would essentially need a turn 1 boost. I don't need to go 83 with 154 EVs. I don't need to do that. What I was trying to do with this was basically show off that... Basically, I exchanged Blackout grinding in the league like 4 or 5 times with EV training in the wild on Poochyenas and Machops with Macho Brace. I basically did all that instead of like 4 or 5 Blackouts in the league. I honestly don't know which of the two is better. But honestly, that can be for someone else to figure out. I think this was a really good run, though. Not good to play, but it definitely went okay, because I should have been really lucky I got Steven as quick as I did, because, like I said, 2 Omni Boosts is real bad. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm going to use ChatGPT for something really quick. Alright. Ancient Power gives a 10% chance to give an Omni Boost when you use it. If I have 8 uses of them, what is the chance I get 2 boosts within 4 tries? Because I'm assuming, like, we're not going to get more than 4. I like using ChatGPT for some math things like this. 4.86%. So to get the 2 Omni Boosts within 4 tries, it's roughly a 5% chance. 2 out of 8 is like 17%. Yeah, true, but that's assuming you get to use all 8, because... Actually, wait. We used 5 of them on the Skarmory and 2 on the Cradily, because he sends out Cradily second. What about 7 uses instead? I just use a biodynamical calculator. This is the future, man. Live up to the modern times. 12%. Okay, so if we were the lower level... So basically my strat is a 12% chance, but if I was level like 83 or 85, it would have been like a 1 attempt within 7. It would have been like a 50-50 fight. Honestly, I think my strat was actually better. Just because the attack EVs do help in other parts of the game too. But anyway, I think that's enough mathing. Let's go ahead to the leaderboard. Here's a problem, guys. I accidentally reset my blackouts and resets and the real time. Can anyone rewind to the start to when I finished the run? Can anyone tell me what my resets and blackouts were? I don't remember. Well, my level's right there. I'm pretty sure I was 12 resets. Game time of 7:13. I'm gonna go ahead and get a picture. Four blackouts. Okay, what was my real time? 1:53:51. Thank you, guys. Okay, this thing's results actually surprised me. Well, I got the under by a huge margin. How many of you guys voted the under? Most people did not. Look at this. Anorith actually did better than Dustox. Yeah, this was one playthrough, but 16 resets is not much. And Beautyfly had 61 resets. Because here's the thing, Beautyfly got extremely unlucky. This was my 4th run with it, because do you know how hard it is to get enough money for the Psychic TM before Watson and Ruby and Sapphire, where there's not as many trainers? I was just freaking lucky that Beautyfly could learn Thief. I think Dustox needed Psychic before Watson too. Plus, Dustox and Beautyfly both needed Silverwind boosts. Plus, Silverwind's just not as good of a move. Anorith, though, I think what really helped Anorith, yeah, the erratic growth rate. The erratic growth rate in the end actually helped this thing in the end. Because if I needed to get this level with medium fast or like slow, it would be a really bad. Or fluctuating. Anorith and fluctuating would be horrible. I mean, the rock sand split would be better, but the rest of it would stink. I underestimate Erratic's late game. Yeah, Erratic has a really good late game. But yeah, look, this thing actually did not get last. Honestly, if this were to get a second run, it would probably beat Steelix. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised it didn't get last, but Beautyfly was just so bad. Plus 95 attack. Can't underestimate 95 base attack. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. This was a fun run. Oh yeah, I guess I could have held Lepaberry. Anyway, the next stream will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST. Dallas Pawn and I will be doing 2 random solo run races in Pokemon Yellow. A fully evolved and a first stage. He is probably going to kick my butt, but I'll do a warm-up run sometime tonight. But anyway, I will see you all later.